Had a skinny punk on a skunk, rolling up a bat, flipping blunt in the front, rapping like I had to make a buck from the funk. But my love for the funk, got that love for the funk. Chubby kid inside a skinny punk on a skunk, rolling up a bat, flipping blunt in the front, rapping like I had to make a buck for the funk. But my love for the funk, got that. I remember drum and bass tape packs, looking dumb and dumber, trying to listen through the same jack. I remember days back, we were getting chased, Mac. Coppers, now we need them in our pockets for a date night. I remember suffering a strange town, losing all that money, then the wave drowned. I remember powder on my nose and a pint of Stella, drowning with my woes for a chunk of cheddar. Rally round your boys, trying to bludge a tenner, then you go and spend that tenner on some smelly yellow if I didn't.
Bonjour and welcome to episode 10 of the Mosscast. Pretty fucking gassed up, done 10 of these. Something I was pondering on even fucking doing for a long time, and we're at the 10th episode, so I'll put like a little round of applause thing somewhere here. What the fuck? Oh, that was Chubby Kid that played just then. That's the new single, produced by Lee, guy I found on YouTube, and mixed and engineered by Simon Blackwell down at Matrix Studios. Big up Matrix Studios for the hookups. Big ups for the hookups. I did pay for all my time there, but nevertheless, big ups for the hookups. What the fuck's been going on? Obviously, fucking New Zealand's gone into lockdown this week. Honestly, I'm just fucking I don't want to say I'm just fucking over it. Like, I don't want to say I'm over it, but I'm kind of over, I don't know, the broadcasting about COVID shit. Like, I stood in the BP garage earlier this week, and they're just going, Auckland has gone into lockdown level 3, and the rest of the country is in level 2. And this is like, I didn't walk into the fucking garage and go, oh, can you turn on the radio where they're talking about COVID? It's just, that's all they're fucking talking about on the radio. And it feels like a fucking, it feels like a fucking movie. And not only that, I'm sick of the fucking radio stations making it a hot topic to talk. They make it like a hot topic to fucking talk about. They're like, well, we're gonna go into this week about what kids are spending their money on during lockdown. And it's like, dude, is that it? Who the fuck are they employing on the fucking radio, man? They're honestly, who the fuck are they employing on the radio? Is that all you've got? I mean, maybe they get fucking handed a sheet with shit to talk about, so maybe I shouldn't be blaming them, but fuck me. The hot topic, that you turn in a worldwide debatable crisis into a fucking hot topic to talk about. Can't you just talk about, what did you talk about before? The fucking sports. Do you know, you must have talked about the sports, who scored this goal, the latest single, fucking, I don't know, I'd rather fucking nonsense pop culture bullshit that's like vaguely entertaining than what are kids spending their money on during the lockdown. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, anyway, that's that little, but yes, I mean, it's still relatively normal here for any of my English listeners. It's pretty normal here, and I feel incredibly grateful to be living here, because we're just not that badly affected by it. So that's what's been going on in the immediate future, the immediate past. The more very slightly distant past is I've been getting up on stage a little bit over the last few weeks, which is I took a humongous hiatus from getting up on stage and performing after I did a tour in Australia, which was with the old record label I was with, and with an old band I was with, and also doing some solo stuff. And the tour was a fucking nightmare. Complete fucking nightmare. I'll talk about the tour on another podcast, but the reason that I was burnt out after that tour, and I just grew like a real disdain for performing. So I've been building myself up to get out there and be performing more, and then over the last few weeks, sort of month, I've like got up on stage a few times, and it was nowhere near as scary as I'd sort of built it up to be. But yeah, it was a little bit of a thing. And I jumped up twice with my buddy Sim Loco, just sort of featuring in his sets, and then I got invited to do a show, which is quite an interesting concept and a cool concept. Is by my friend Anya. She's a comedian, and concept is that there's a comedian and a musician on stage, one after the other, and the musician goes first, and then the comedian goes after and rips into the lyrics of the musician. And I'm going into this show thinking, look, I fucking rip into myself all the time. I got a pretty good fucking lens on myself, alright? There's nothing no comedian can fucking say about my song that I ain't gonna be able to laugh at as well, because I've meticulously picked through the lyrics of this song, and fucking I feel like I know what's bad about it, what's good about it, what I could have done better. Turns out no. turns out absolutely fucking not. And the comedian, I'd done my song Chubby Kid, which was playing at the beginning, and she just got up and was just like, she's like, what was he saying? Something about fucking a skunk? Something about fucking a skunk. Do you know what? If you're gonna fucking molest skunks, go and do it back at home. And what do you do? Do you bring it over here? We've got enough of a possum problem over here, and now you're bringing skunks over on the plane and then fucking sexually molesting them. And I was not fucking ready for I was not ready for it. I was sat on the stage and I was laughing at all of it. But if there was an internal dialogue that you could have heard in my brain, like while my face is going, like if there was an internal dialogue that you could have heard, it would have been like, oh man, that's not what I said. I said, chubby kid. I can't even remember the fucking lyrics. Chubby kid inside a skinny punk on the skunk. So on the skunk, so I was talking about smoking fucking weed, and I wasn't talking about having sex with any sort of like pest or rodent. And she flipped it, and the thing is, I tried to sort of answer back. There was a mic next to me that was supposed to be fucking hooked up so I could have a bit of banter with her, but the mic weren't fucking hooked up. So I was like, I almost sort of went to say, well, I didn't say that. You said that. So I fucking obviously just not being able to take the joke. But then I did reply on one of them, and the mic weren't hooked up. So now I'm almost like an on-stage heckler, because that if I'd have had a mic, it would have been amplified as well. And I feel like my voice would have met the comedians in the amplification, but because I was on stage and it was just like, I didn't even say that. It was just like, she was just like, she had some rebuttal for it anyway, and she just absolutely rinsed me. And yeah, I managed to keep it together on stage, but when I got in the car and headed back home, I was chatting to my mate and my missus, and I was like, fuck. That actually hurt. That actually hurt a little bit. I didn't really, I didn't think she was gonna come like that. I didn't think she was gonna fucking go in like that. It's just start. It was like getting. The thing is, I know that none of the comedians that night went through the lyrics. None of them did. My missus even overheard one of them going, I haven't even looked at the lyrics for the song. Because they all got sent them. And she was like, and they were just like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking wing it. So it was like getting ripped on a schoolyard. I thought I was going to be a little bit more in on the joke, and I would have had the foresight within my own lyrics to see any jokes that could have been pointed out. But no, I didn't. No, it was just like, yeah, it was like there was, yeah, it was like getting ripped in a school playground in front of everybody about something that you actually care a bit about. And I'm obviously not quite as emotionally resilient or embarrassment free as I thought I was. I thought I was bulletproof, but nah, not so bulletproof. So yeah, did that gig. That was good. My mate actually said to me, he was like, "Why the fuck?" Because I was saying about he was pissing himself. He was like, "Mate, you got up there on stage and you knew they were gonna rip you, and now you're a little bit offended." And I was just like, "I know, I know. I'm a bit. I know." He was like, "Mate, you haven't been up on stage for how long? And one of the first gigs you go and do is someone ripping into you. Like, you're a bit of a fucking loose one. Like, why did you do that gig?" And I was like, "I don't know. I kind of thought I could handle it, I guess, but I couldn't really handle it that much." Yeah, so that's sort of one of the happenings from the last little while. There's a lot of talk of aliens. Going around at the moment. And do I believe in aliens? Fuck yeah, I believe in aliens. They're nothing like ghosts. Like, believing in ghosts is one thing, but believing in aliens, I mean, literally all you need to do is walk outside. I mean, unless you're in a heavily polluted area and then you're just going to go and walk outside and see like car fumes or whatever. But if you go out to the country somewhere and fucking look outside, you look up, you see the stars, and it just dawns on you. You're just like, we are fucking in the middle of fucking nowhere. And that goes on forever, apparently. Yeah, I mean, it goes on as far. I mean, we can't see any further than it, and telescopes that we've made and shit that humans have made only goes as far as we've made them to go. So it's like, of course, there's fucking something else out there. But the idea of an alien crash landing irks me a little bit, because I kind of feel like if they've got the technology to travel light years through black holes, dodge asteroids and shit like that, do you really think they're going to be like, whoa, and fucking crash into the fucking earth? Like, oh no, like a fucking, honestly, like a fucking Tom and Jerry cut, like fucking Looney Tunes or something. Like, it's not, I don't think they're crashing. I don't think that fucking one of them, quick mate, fucking back me in, I'm just landing towards Earth. Oh, fucking hell, my fucking brake light, do you know, oh, the mirror, couldn't see out the back mirror. It's not, no, nah. I don't think that aliens have crash landed here, personally. I think that is a pretty absurd idea that something intelligent enough to travel across fucking an expanse that we can't even fucking comprehend, and then go whoa, and then fucking crash into the earth because they didn't see it coming or something. It's just like, no, you're thinking too human. You're thinking, to think of a crash landing is humanizing aliens. They are not humans, or maybe they are some other form of advanced humans or something, but they're not. Personally, I don't think they're crash landing here. I think if there are any alien spacecrafts here, it's a fucking gift, bro. It is a fucking, it's like, here you go, here's some technology. Check that out. That's something, that's like, and I bet as well, it's like they're fucking it's like their first black and white TV that they're giving us. You know, the equivalent of. You know, they're not giving us. They're giving. Here you go. Look, I'll throw you fucking morons a bone. Here's some technology. Analyze it, and yeah, we'll check in on you in a bit. But yeah, an alien crash landing to me just seems pretty ridiculous. Yeah, but I welcome an alien invasion. Let's spice things up a bit more. I'm bored of Donald Trump and COVID and Miley Cyrus or whatever the fucking latest pop icon is. I'm fucking bored of it all. Bring on the aliens, mate. I'm saying bring them in. What else is? I've got a couple of embarrassing stories. I'd like to address on the last few podcasts. I've been talking about sort of gay stuff. I don't really know how else to put it. I mean, I was talking about freestyling and coming out with gay things, and like sort of changing song lyrics into like sucking on a dick and shit like that. And I'd like to just continue that theme with a story. I was telling my mate the other day, and he said you should put this on the podcast. I was like, alright, I'll fucking stick it on there. So there's it's not a long story. It's not a long story. There was a time when I was and I've probably got your ear. Hopefully, I've got your ears poked up because I said it's about being gay. So maybe you think you're gonna hear of me like wanking someone off or something. But so it was a time when I was maybe I was like 20. Maybe I was 20, 21 maybe, and I was skint, and this isn't very long, it's a very short story. I should just get to it. There was a time when I was like 21, and I was in the pub, and there was this old fella who was a mate of mine's girlfriend's dad, and he was a gay fella. He was like 50 years old, and I'll change his name. He was Big Gay and then a name. So he was Big Gay. I'll use Steve before him on all my name changes. He was Big Gay Boris. So Big Gay Boris was standing at the bar one day, and I'd fucking run out of money, and I was actually such a little scavenger when I used to run out of money and I was out on the piss. I'd be like fucking robbing people's drinks and fucking asking people to buy me drinks and stuff. And this fucking you can see where this is going, sort of. So Big Gay Boris is stood at the door, stood at the bar, and I walked up to the bar. Big Gay Boris said, "How's it going, mate?" Well, he wasn't. That's pretty Australian. Oh fuck! I've forgotten how to do a gay English accent. Sort of like mine, isn't it? Anyway, he goes, how's it going or whatever, and I was like, yeah, sweet mate. Oh, I'm just fucking bit skint, and he was like, I'll buy you a drink if you let me fucking. I can't remember what he said. Buy you a drink if you let me touch you up or something like that. I was like, fucking yeah, go on then. I was like, I'll let you fucking grab it through the trousers. I'll let you have a good old handful of my balls and penis for 10 seconds. And yeah, and you just get us a double spiced rum and coke. That was my little weapon of choice back then. So then, yeah, Big Gay Boris was like, deal. So yeah, I just let the geezer fucking grab my balls and my penis. He was quite pretty maybe over. It was probably beyond the fondle I was sort of willing to take. But yeah, because he was sort of separating the balls and because when you're fucking sweaty and you're out, your balls and your knob, if your knob's fucking not standing to attention, it all kind of goes into one mush. of like just genitalia, like balls and dick, comes into this like sweaty ball of flesh, and I could feel him trying to separate my penis from my balls in the sweaty mush, and trying to so graphic, so trying to separate my balls and my dick from the sweaty mush, and sort of size me up a little bit, I guess, which would have been pretty difficult to do anyway, because some are growers and some are showers. So I don't know what he would have got from that, but nevertheless. And and then he bought me the spice rum and coke, and I sort of went off on my merry way. But that was, I thought I'd just continue the theme from the last couple of podcasts and just sort of get all this, I don't even know what you call it, sort of gay encounters, but not really gay encounters of the fourth kind or some shit. Sort of goes with the alien theme as well, so yeah, there you go. Another story I wanted to dig into, which sort of goes to the theme. I remember I said a few podcasts ago that I finish people's sentences, and I cannot stop doing it. I haven't tried to stop doing it, but I can't. I know what it says. I know what it says. It says, when I finish people's sentences, to them, hurry the fuck up. Is what I'm saying. I know. It's like I know what you're going to say before you've said it, and you're pausing. And yeah, it's basically just saying, like, hurry the fuck up. And it's also a form, I guess, of not listening. Which reminds me of a time when I went to a festival in Tasmania, and this festival in Tasmania was called Newkime Festival, and the festival was all vegan. There was like no drugs, no alcohol, and you're like, Jinz, why the fuck did you go to this festival? Well, let me tell you. To be honest, I was like, I'm fine with it. Whatever. It's going to be a good chance for me to fucking not be doing all of that stuff. Because there's plenty of time in my life where I have done that stuff. So it's just like, alright, well, maybe I can go somewhere and not do that stuff. So, fuck it. I went there. And also, there was two of my friends there who I hadn't seen for a very long time. And I was desperate to link up with them and reconnect with them. So I went there. And the festival was it was well out of my comfort zone. There was all sorts of people there that triggered the shit out of me. There's all sorts of language there that triggered the shit out of me. It was something else. It was really, really, really good in some ways, and I also came across some really annoying behaviour there as well. That was like, do you know those people that have sort of just tapped into some sort of spiritual side of themselves, and then they just go ham on it and start broadcasting it so fucking so knowingly after not knowing it for very long. I feel like that's a bit of a pet peeve for me. If you've just learnt something, act like you've just learnt it. Don't fucking just learn something and then broadcast it like you've known it for 50 fucking years and you've done all the fucking... If you just learnt something, go, yo, I just heard this. Oh, I just learnt this. Humble yourself before you start fucking smashing people with information that you've only just heard yourself. So there was a bit of that going on there, but I don't want to highlight that because that's a negative of the place. But there is a story in this that's going to highlight that. But anyway, I went to the fucking festival, and couple things happened there. I'll start with this. One of the workshops. So the whole festival was built with workshops about eco building, workshops about, I guess, like vegan cooking, workshops about sustainable living and all this stuff, which, to be honest, I'm fully backing. I'm not a vegan, no, but I do eat like good meat, like grass-fed, fucking sustainably fucking bred meat and all that stuff, because I actually think, one, it's better for you, and two, it just tastes better. And it is dearer, yeah, it is more expensive, but whatever, like, I'm spending the money that I need to eat fucking decent food. So where was I? Yeah, so it was all built on the whole festival was workshops, and then there was the odd music performance in the evening that people would sit down and stand up and soberly enjoy. But anyway, one of the workshops I went to was called Advanced Listening. So that's where this is the callback to me not letting people finish their sentences, which is, I guess, a form of not listening properly. So the workshop I went to at this festival was called Advanced Listening. So in this workshop, you've got a geezer at the front. He's telling us all what to do, and he's saying, right, all sit down in couples, and you say something about yourself to the person across from you. They listen, and in what you're supposed to do in this advanced listening is listen to where the person feels passionate about what they're saying, and then ask them some things about those points. So that's the exercise, and it's fairly simple, actually. I feel like that's not really advanced listening. I'd say that's just fucking listening. But I still respect the workshop, and it was good exercise. But so me and this girl are sitting down, and we do the exercise. She says something about herself. I ask her about points where I thought she was passionate. It all went very well. Then it comes to my thing. I say I'm this, I'm that, I come from here, da 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 da. I gave her quite a detailed, my name's Jinz. Jinz comes from this, from that. I didn't just give her a fucking, a birth certificate and go, I'm from fucking London, and blah, blah, blah. I didn't fucking say. I didn't give her a document. I gave her some pretty detailed, passionate things about my life. And do you know what she fucking said? In this advanced listening class, where the guy, if you would have fucking listened at the front, said, someone says something about themselves and you ask them a question about the shit that they just said. Do you know what this fucking girl says to me? She goes, I heard all of that, but what I want to know is, who are you? Who are you? And she said it like that. Who are you? And I was like, I just told you who I am. I just told you who the fuck I am. I just told you I am. That is an example of that fucking bullshit that I was talking about a second ago, of some newfound spirituality. What do you mean, who am I? I just fucking told you who I am. What do you mean? Are you asking for me to, I felt like my story of who I was weren't good enough. She wanted me to say that I found fucking Vishnu in a jar of fucking hand balm or some bullshit, and I didn't fucking have it for her. I didn't have some fucking overwhelmingly spiritual fucking story for her to grip onto and for her to actually rebuttal with some shit about herself. So it just weren't good enough. She goes, who are you? I said, I just told you I am. And at this, I lost my shit at this point. I was like, I just told you I am. I just told you fucking everything. I was like, do you know what? This is fucking bollocks, and you need beginners listening, because if you'd have listened, then you'd have heard the geezer at the front saying the fucking shit that he was. I just stood up, and do you know when I stood up? I farted and I walked away. I stood up, I went, and then I fucking walked away. I still get fired up about that now. It's just like, how you in a class of advanced fucking listening when you and you can't even fucking listen to what the geezer said at the beginning. You need beginners listening, because that's not what the exercise was. The exercise was you were supposed to ask me perhaps how I felt about my name Jinz, or how I felt about growing up in this place. But instead you went, who are you though? What I really want to know is, who are you? Do you know what? Who I am right now? I'm a bloke who's pissed off because you ain't fucking listened and you're not doing the exercise, and I'm well out of my comfort zone right now in this festival, and I feel like the only chav in the village. I'm the only one not wearing fucking tie-dye, and I'm the only one who's experimenting with fucking vegan food or something. It's just like, yeah, it was that's a story I felt like I needed to tell. And that was one part of the festival. There's another part of the festival which wasn't part of it. So it's me and my buddy, who I hadn't linked up with for a long time. We decided to go down to the beach, and he said he wanted to go and get naked and get in the sea. And the sea wasn't that hot, to be honest. Unless it's like 30 degrees, I ain't going. I'm not going in the sea because it's too cold, right? It's too cold. I'm not going in there. And he was like, I'm going skinny dipping. So I'm like, yeah, cool. You go do your thing. I'll sit up here and ponder on my experiences at the festival, just sat on the beach. So he gets butt naked and he goes running in. So then he comes and he's running it. He's walking out of the water, and he's quite far away because this beach is like one of those great sort of big expanses, like a bit of great expanse, and the beach is like, just from the sand to the water is like fucking 50 meters or something easily. And there's all this sand. So he's walking back, and I'm starting to think, I've been around all these fucking like uber hippies for a few days now, and I'm starting to feel like judgment has no place here. Although I may have been very judgmental throughout the festival myself, and felt like I was being judged at the same time for shit I was wearing and stuff. I'm wearing Adidas tracksuits, and there's no one else wearing that shit. Everyone else is. So anyway, I'm starting to feel like judgment doesn't really have a place here. So my mate's walking back towards me, and I was like, oh fuck, he's got his knob out. And I was like, if he walks back and obviously he's maybe knowing that I'm having a bit of a hard time at this festival, and maybe that I am judging some people here as well, then maybe he's going to think that I'm judging him because he's got his knob out, and maybe he's going to think that I think that he's one of these fucking fake spiritual tossers or something. So I was like, I don't want him to think. I don't want him to think that. So I was like, I'll get my knob out. So I got my knob out, and I just fucking stood up. I pulled my pants down and sort of showed him my penis. He was maybe about 10-15 meters away by now, and I just got my knob out and I just showed him my penis, and I sort of pointed at it, and I was like, do you know what I mean? I got no problem with you being naked, mate. It's fine. So I just got my knob out, pointed at my knob, pulled my pants up, and then sort of sat back down. And he got back, and I was like, look, I just wanted to show you, you know, not the size of my penis or anything, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, you're good having your knob out, mate. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So that was pretty fucking funky experience at the festival in Tasmania. Yeah, more kind of, I guess, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is showing a geezy or not gay? I was going to start trying to tie it in with all more of the gay things, but I feel like it's just, maybe I'm trying to do that because I've said other things that maybe were gay, and then now now I'm just talking about knobs, and because people do that in change. I mean, you walk in any changing room and you're going to see a geezer's knob, and then it's not like a gay changing room, it's just like there's knobs out. So maybe that situation was a bit more like that. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll move on to the headlines. I wanted to come up with a jingle for the headlines, which I will do. I will do. I wanted to do it for the 10th episode because I thought it was kind of special, but I didn't get around to it. So here's one headline that I thought was kind of funny. So the headline goes: police issue warning over a dangerous batch of Donald Trump-shaped ecstasy pills. This has got to be, and if the ecstasy pill looks like a orange mush. I mean, it vaguely looks like Donald Trump, but it could also be an old fat Elvis, because it's the whole orange the whole pill's orange. So obviously, like, they've done that. Oh, no, it does say Trump on the back of it as well, so the front of it's a face. But I mean, either way, it's sort of like an orange mush with hair, which I guess is kind of what Donald Trump is. But yeah, so it goes: police issued warning over dangerous high-strength batch. Dangerous high-strength. They're not dangerous if they're high-strength, if I'm honest. They're dangerous if they're low-strength and they've got loads of other shit in there to sort of back out sort of fill in the gaps of where the MDMA isn't. So they put sort of rat poison or some other fucking wacky pharmaceutical bullshit in there to fucking bump it up. So it goes: high strength batch of Donald Trump shaped ecstasy pills which have been seized in Bedfordshire. A man in his 30s from Luton has been arrested on suspicion of supplying the orange tablets, which are designed to look like the US President Donald Trump. Criminals are consistently finding new ways to sell their drugs and make them more appealing. I guess, I don't know, I guess there is a bit of an appealing, sort of factor. I don't think the appeal is to, I mean, maybe become more like Donald Trump, just an outspoken fucking nut job. Maybe that's what you want to be when you're mashed. Less sort of politically like him or sort of morally like him, but maybe a bit more just sort of like characteristic, like sort of outspoken and don't give a fuck like him. Maybe that's where an appeal could be. And also, it's just funny eating Donald Trump's head and getting high off it. We've seen the MDMA tablets created to look like a number of culturally popular items before, and recent example of this is the Donald Trumps. So that's it, I've got these fucking wicked Donald Trumps, mate. Yeah, fucking beat smash. The Donald Trumps are a dangerous tablet that contain extremely high levels of MDMA. See, they're less dangerous like that. The person who's done this has never taken any Gurners before, because the good ones, they've got high levels of MDMA, have got low levels of other way more dangerous fucking harmful things in them. And obviously I'm not fucking saying that the MDMA is not dangerous to anybody, but in my personal experience, from what I know, is levels of MDMA can be high and it can actually be quite okay. DS Barnes added, if you come across these or any other type of drug, please do not take them for your own safety, as you can never be sure what these pills contain. I mean, that's true. That's sort of the gamble, you know. That's sort of the gamble with taking Gurners, is you never know what you're going to get. It is a gamble. And if you should try and, any advice I give is snap it in half, snap it into a quarter, let your mates go first, and and if people start fucking out on them, you know, you've only taken a quarter, so you're alright. Bedfordshire police said possible signs of a stimulant overdose could include overheating, extreme agitation or disorientation, hallucinations, seizures. Hallucinations and disorientation, not so much, but overheating, extreme agitation or seizures would be in the. In 2018, the Drug Safety Testing Organisation The Loop issued a warning over the batch of Donald Trump-shaped tablets which were found at Why Not Festival in Derbyshire containing more than 250 milligrams of MD. Fuck me. They are high grade. Well above the average dose of a tablet. Police in Florida also discovered similar Trump-shaped ecstasy pills last year, but it was unclear whether the pills were manufactured in the same place. No, they weren't. I'll give you that now. I mean, maybe they were if they came from fucking Holland, but if they were fucking pressed in the UK, nah. It's just someone else has got a fucking Donald Trump press. A number of other ecstasy pills have been branded with well-known logos or images in recent years, such as UPS pills, Superman pills, and Donkey Kong pills. There have also been MDMA pills which are designed to look like Russian President Vladimir Putin's. Oh, that could be a nice little combo. Have a Putin with a Trump. Oh, well, that's the end of the article. I thought that was pretty good, man, as headlines go. And what I want to say is, like, with doing these headlines, I know I've whinged about having to sort of flick through, but let me just give you an example of the stuff that I have to scroll past to find stuff like this. Is where here we go. Taylor Swift reminds us that the cardigan is the coolest knitwear item. Yeah, that silence was fucking purposeful, because that's exactly how I feel. Just dead inside when I fucking read that headline. I can't believe someone took the fucking time to write about how Taylor Swift reminds us that cardigans are cool. No, that actually hurts to read that. And you wrote it, you piece of shit. Ah, God. I've got another one here, which it was actually in the list of things that I don't want to report on, because it's so depressing or so shit. But I thought it actually might have something in it. So I haven't read this article yet, but here's the headline. It goes, "The ultimate guide to buying and wearing face masks." Yeah, same silence, man. Same silence. Wearing them, you need a guide to put on a face mask, and you also need a guide to buy one. I mean, every rapper has got their own brand face mask now. That's another thing that makes me fucking sick. Look, I'm living in New Zealand. This is easy for me to say. Yeah, you're over there in New Zealand. It's not that rife over there. We have to wear face masks. So yeah, I'd rather make a fashion statement out of it than wear your fucking hospital stuff. I get it, but still, the capitalisation, capitalising on fucking face masks is, yeah, it's just like, ugh, it drains me out, man. It fucking drains me out. Like, at least donate. If you're gonna fucking make face masks as merch, please donate all of the fucking proceeds, because if you're fucking making wedge off of this, it's just like, oh, you make me feel sick, bro. Right, so the ultimate guide, here we go. Oh, God, yeah, I mean, hopefully there's something funny in this. The coronavirus pandemic has meant that face masks and coverings will become part of daily life. The UK government and World Health Organization have both advised wearing face coverings in a bid to reduce the infection transmission of COVID-19. As well as on public transport, face coverings are mandatory in all shops. Fucking blah. See, this is what I felt like. I thought there could have been. When it comes to hospitals or visitors, boring. In Scotland, it is compulsory to wear a face mask, and boring. From 27th of July, face coverings will become mandatory. Boring. Here we go. What to know before buying a face mask? The government has been careful to distinguish between face coverings and masks. It is guidelines, so that sort of goes back to the episode in the Mosscast where we've got the guys wearing the watermelons who robbed a few sort of bits from the local off license or whatever. The general public should not be buying medical face masks. Here we go. Guidelines has been clear that general public should not be buying medical face masks, as these need to be reserved for frontline staff and key workers only. Medical masks and face coverings differ in their effectiveness. Professor, no, honestly, I don't think I can fucking search through this for the comedy. It's too depressing. The main benefit is most of your germs will be caught in it, making you less of an infection. No, I just can't. I'm sorry. I thought there might have been some comedy in that, but it's just in how boring the headline is. That's where the comedy ends with that one. What else to report? Yeah, Truth Clothing. The site is down for a few weeks for some maintenance, and yeah, it'll be up again soon. So if anyone's looking for any Truth Clothing garms, just give it a few weeks and it'll be back up. Many more I've got a single coming out, Fall Down, that's coming out tomorrow or maybe the next day, just whenever DistroKid gets getting her shit together. And I'll put that at the beginning of the next podcast. Much more stuff coming with the Seaside Sloths, which is in the previous podcast. That track Up and Away. We've got an album coming real soon. And yeah, I mean, much love to everyone, and take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Sweet.